In this video, we're going to look at what is the longest possible away game in football. But before that, we need to lay down some ground rules which will govern this challenge. Number 1, the game has to be played in a possible competitive fixture. And number 2, the distance measured for each team is from stadium to stadium. With that sorted, let's get into it. Domestically, the furthest away game ever played in a league is Baltic Kaliningrad's fixture against Luch Vladivostok in the Russian second division, with the distance between the two being an impressive 7,356 kilometres. Although Luch aren't based on the eastern edge of Russia, there are no professional teams that are more easternward, and it is the longest professional domestic league game possible. No other country in the world can come close to producing such a distance. The longest game in China would cover half that distance, and Las Palmas' away games in Spain are at most 2,400 kilometres away. In continental football, the furthest distance appears to be from Reykjavik to Luch Vladivostok. However, due to how far north the Icelandic city is, the journey is actually around only 500 kilometres further. In a straight line, of course, because the considerable distance is added if you follow the travelable route. Instead, the furthest possible continental away game is from another previously mentioned side, Las Palmas, with the Spanish islands off the coast of Africa situated 11,000 kilometres away from Vladivostok. Before we get to the big one, in the honourable mentions category, and the furthest non-international game possible in competitive competition, is if a club from the French overseas territory of Tahiti got drawn against a team from Corsica in the French Cup. To see how this is possible, you can watch my video on why the Coupe de France is unique. But for the premise of this video, all you need to know is the trip would span just over 16,400 kilometres. And now finally, I can reveal what you've come for, the longest game in football. As you might have guessed, it's in a World Cup playoff, as this competition allows cross-continent home and away fixtures between countries from the OFC, AFC, CONMEBOL and CONCACAF. The way I found this is looking for countries who play at national stadiums closest to pairs of antipodal points. These are points exactly on the opposite side of the Earth, approximately 20,000 kilometres apart. Standing on the lowest step at the podium would be a game between the former Portuguese colony of Timor-Leste and the former Dutch colony of Suriname, with a distance of 19,690 kilometres. In second place would be a trip from Taiwan to the Paraguayan capital of Asuncion, with a distance of 19,774 kilometres. But in first, the longest journey, at just 7 kilometres further, would be a game of Cambodia against Peru, clocking in at 19,781, around 100 kilometres away from the perfect antipodal point. Obviously, none of these games are ever likely to happen in a competitive fixture, as only Peru and Paraguay have ever qualified for a World Cup. None of these games have ever occurred in a friendly condition either, although Peru were supposed to play Cambodia in 2011 before the game was postponed, and it has still never been played.